No students, in the previous class we have completed preparations of alkenes and we have started chemical properties, and even we have seen two chemical properties also. In those two chemical properties, first one is addition of hydrogen. That addition of hydrogen is also called hydrogenation. Next, second one, addition of halogen, that is Br2. We have taken example. If it is chlorine, chlorination. If it is bromine, bromination, like that we can say. Okay, addition of halogen is called halogenation. Here what happened, double bonded carbons, they will undergo reaction with bromine. In presence of CCl4 it is dissolved. That is bromine dissolved in CCl4, it is reddish brown color. Okay, when that bromine dissolved in CCl4 which contains reddish brown color is added to our given compound, if that given compound contains double bond, it will react with bromine to form single bonded compound, that is vicinal dihalide, that is colorless. If decolorization is happened, that is nothing but unsaturated compound is present in our given compound. This is used as test for unsaturation. Okay, addition of Br2 is used as test for unsaturation. Now we will go for third chemical property, which is very important chemical property, that is addition of hydrogen halide, which is also called as hydrohalogenation. Addition of hydrogen halide, which is also called as hydrohalogenation. Okay, for example, HX, where X is nothing but fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. This is representation of hydrogen halide, general representation, HX, where X is nothing but fluorine. If it is fluorine, hydrogen fluoride. If it is chlorine, hydrogen chloride. If it is bromine, hydrogen bromide. Like that, general representation is HX. Is it okay? Now, alkenes will undergo reaction. CH2 double bond CH2 will undergo reaction with HX. Between carbon and carbon double bond is present, pi bond is getting broken, in which one carbon is added with hydrogen, another carbon is added with X to form CH3 single bond CH2X halogen compound. To form halogen compound, that is simple reaction only, but applications are very important. That's why only it is very important reaction. One more time I am telling here, double bonded carbons react with HX. Double bonded carbons react with HX to get halogen compound. Hydrogen is added to one carbon, X is added to one carbon, in which pi bond is broken. In double bond, when pi bond is broken, we will get single bond. Halogen compound is formed. X is added to one carbon, hydrogen is added to one carbon. Is it okay, ma? Now, reactivity of HX, reactivity order of HX, ma, is HI greater than HBr greater than HCl greater than HF, which will undergo reaction easily. HI, its reactivity is greater than HBr. Reactivity of HBr with double bond is greater than HCl. Least reactive one is HF. HI greater than HBr, HBr greater than HCl, HCl greater than HF. Okay, ma? This is the reactivity order. Now, coming to the point. Okay, here alkenes we have to consider two types. What are those two types? Let us see. alkenes in which double bond present between carbons contain same number of hydrogens. Alkenes definitely contain double bond. So we have to concentrate on double bonded carbons. If the double bonded carbons contain same number of hydrogens, that is called symmetrical alkene. Note down the definition, symmetrical alkene, all of you neatly. If double bonded carbons contain same number of hydrogens, the alkene in which double bonded carbons contain same number of hydrogens, that is called symmetrical alkene. The alkenes in which double bonded carbons contain same number of hydrogens is called symmetrical alkene. Double bonded carbon, two carbons are there. This carbon has one hydrogen only, this carbon has two hydrogens. This carbon has one hydrogen only, this carbon has two hydrogens. They do not contain same number of hydrogens. That is called unsymmetrical alkene. Double bonded carbons should not contain same number of hydrogens. The alkene in which double bonded carbons do not contain same number of hydrogens, that is called unsymmetrical alkene. One more example for unsymmetrical alkene: CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH2. This type of alkenes are all examples for unsymmetrical alkenes. One more example for symmetrical alkene: CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3. Okay, now what is our chemical property? Addition of hydrogen halide. We have to take one hydrogen halide example and that must be added to symmetrical alkene as well as unsymmetrical alkene also. Separately we have to see. Only small difference is there. The difference after completion of the reaction, I will conclude that one. Okay, ma? How hydrogen halide will be reacted with symmetrical alkene? Same way, it will also react, but small rule is there. That one we will mention that one. Okay, how hydrogen halide is going to be applied to unsymmetrical alkene? By taking some examples, it will be clear. But this is very useful in coming 12th class. Very important. At most, so many chances are there to get 5 marks in next direct chapter, depending on this question. So be careful while you are learning itself. Okay, concentrate highly, all of you. Now I am going to take example one symmetrical alkene as well as one unsymmetrical alkene also. Okay, ma? Let us see. Any one symmetrical alkene I am going to take. CH2 double bond CH2 is added with HBr. I am going to take hydrogen halide example HBr, hydrogen bromide. Hydrogen bromide. Br will be added to one carbon, hydrogen will be added to one carbon. If it is symmetrical alkene, any carbon will be added with bromine or hydrogen, we will get same product. Whether hydrogen is added to this carbon, bromine is added to this carbon, or hydrogen is added to this carbon and bromine is added to this carbon, we will get one bromo ethane only. No difference at all. That's why here no rule at all. While we are adding hydrogen bromide to symmetrical alkene, we are getting same product CH3 CH2 Br, bromoethane. What is that? Bromoethane. This is symmetrical. So to the symmetrical, hydrogen can be added to any carbon, bromine, that means negative part, that means bromine is added to any carbon, same way, anyways, no problem, we will get same product only. No need of any rule under this symmetrical alkene. But when we take unsymmetrical alkene, the problem will come. Let us see, all of you. I am considering one unsymmetrical alkene. Example CH3, CH double bond, CH2 reacts with HBr. Two products possibility are there. What are those two products? First write the two products, ma. After that we will write the major product. Okay, see here. First condition, Br is added to first carbon, H is added to second carbon. First possibility, Br is added to first carbon, H is added to second carbon. Then we will get CH3, CH2, CH2Br. 1-bromopropane. 1-bromopropane we got. Plus, if Br is added to second carbon and hydrogen is added to first carbon. If Br is added to second carbon and hydrogen is added to first carbon, then CH3, CHBr, CH3. We will get 2-bromopropane. Both are not same compounds. In previous symmetrical alkene, hydrogen is added to first carbon or second carbon. Bromine is added to first carbon or second carbon. We will get same product only. So no restriction at all. We can add any sort and we will get same product. But the questions maximum they are related to unsymmetrical alkenes only. This is very important here. Okay, see. When unsymmetrical alkene reacts with HBr, then there are two chances. Hydrogen will be added to first carbon, bromine is added to second carbon. Then we will get this one. And one more chance. Bromine is added to first carbon, hydrogen is added to second carbon. We will get 1-bromopropane. So this one reacts with HBr. Unsymmetrical alkene reacts with HBr to get two products. Then the question will be like this. When unsymmetrical alkene, or they will give the name, reacts with HBr, we will get two products. In that, which one is major? I am going to mention this is the major product and this is the minor product. That major product and minor product identification was given by Markovnikov. Name of the scientist. How can we recognize this is the major product and how can we recognize this is the minor product? 100 molecules of unsymmetrical alkene is present. 100 molecules of HBr is present. In that, all the molecules cannot be converted to 1-bromopropane or 2-bromopropane. 80 molecules will be formed as 2-bromopropane. That means 80% this is formed. Only 20 molecules are formed as 1-bromopropane. Which one is major product? We will get major amount of 2-bromopropane when compared to 1-bromopropane. That one with the explanation of mechanism also I will explain. Before that, let us see what is this rule. This rule is very important, that is called Markovnikov's rule. What is that rule called? Markovnikov's rule. Statement of this Markovnikov's rule is negative part of the addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. This is the statement for Markovnikov's rule. What is the statement for Markovnikov's rule? Read that one once again. Negative part of the addendum. Addendum is nothing but HBr. The substance which is getting added is called addendum. the substance which is getting added is called addendum. Actually, this is the substrate. This is going to be added to substrate. This is called addendum. Is it okay? Now, in this addendum HBr, which is more electronegative? Hydrogen is the least electronegative non-metal. Bromine is also non-metal now. Every non-metal is more reactive than hydrogen. So, bromine is more reactive than hydrogen. If more electronegative than hydrogen, bromine will get negative part. Hydrogen will be positive. So, in HBr, if this bond is going to be cleaved, that bond will be shifted towards high electronegative atom. Then this is shifted towards high electronegative atom, bromine. Bromine will get negative charge, hydrogen will get positive charge. So in that addendum, which is negative part, bromine, is added to the doubly bonded carbon. These two are doubly bonded carbons now. These two are doubly bonded carbons in which the carbon contains less number of hydrogens. In this doubly bonded carbons, which carbon has less number of hydrogens? This carbon. To that carbon, bromine is bonded. That is, automatically hydrogen is bonded to other carbon. Then 2-bromopropane. That is the major product. According to Markovnikov rule, major product is decided. According to Markovnikov's rule, major product is decided depending on the statement. So note down, major product is decided depending on the following statement. Now the statement is, negative part of addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. In this doubly bonded carbons, which carbon has less number of hydrogens? See, negative part. Negative means less than 0. Less. Generally negative means less. Carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. Like that you can remember. Negative part of the addendum is bonded to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. Negative part of the addendum is bonded to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. That is called major product. Other one is called minor product. This is called Markovnikov's rule. This one can be explained depending on the mechanism also. That mechanism I will show. Before that, one more time I am going to say, when unsymmetrical alkene, this problem we won't get in symmetrical alkene. When symmetrical alkene undergoes reaction with HBr, any product can be formed similarly because it is a symmetrical alkene. So we will get only one product. There is no chance of two products. When it is unsymmetrical alkene only the problem will come. When unsymmetrical alkene reacts with HBr, we will get two products. In that, the major product is decided depending on Markovnikov's rule. In that, the major product is decided depending on Markovnikov's rule. What is that Markovnikov's rule? Negative part of the addendum is added to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. Doubly bonded carbon. Negative part of addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. So definitely double bond is present between two carbons. In that, the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens is bonded with bromine. So this middle carbon, second carbon is bonded with bromine. That compound is major product. This is major, this is minor. So if you get 100 grams of compound, in that 80 grams will be this compound, 20 grams will be this compound. Like that we can decide. Major product means major quantity is formed. Okay. This was given by Markovnikov's scientist, Markovnikov. That's why this is given by rule also, Markovnikov's rule. Depending on this Markovnikov's rule, so many reactions will be there in 12th class also. It is highly useful. Please understand carefully, all of you. Okay. Now we will see the mechanism of this reaction. Let us see the mechanism of the reaction, all of you. I hope you are clear, my everyone. Finally, one more time. Negative part of addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. Make it very important statement. Markovnikov's rule, make it very important statement. Okay, now we will go to mechanism of this reaction, addition of hydrogen halide. Next our side heading is mechanism. See first CH3. Before going to that one minute. Between H and Br, the cleavage is happened heterolytically because bromine is more electronegative than hydrogen. Okay, it is cleaved towards bromine and it is not in the presence of sunlight. Main that one important. It is not in presence of sunlight. That's why it will undergo heterolytic fission only to form H plus Br minus. H plus Br minus. Okay, now unsymmetrical alkene. CH3 CH double bond CH2. CH3 CH double bond CH2. This double bond in which pi bond can be shifted to right side carbon or left side carbon. Two possibilities are there. So possibility 1, this is shifted to first carbon. We will get CH3 CH plus CH2 minus. Second possibility, CH3 CH double bond CH2. Like this also we can write. Gives rise to CH3 CH minus CH2 plus. Observe carefully these two. Here positive charge is present on the carbon which is bonded to two carbons. Positive charge is present on the carbon which is bonded to two carbons. That is secondary carbocation. High stable. This is primary carbocation which is less stable. This is primary carbocation. Positive charge is present on the carbon which is bonded to one carbon only. This is secondary carbocation. Primary positive charge is present on the carbon which is bonded to two carbons. Out of these two, which is high stable? Secondary carbocation. It is formed as major. This is major. This is minor because which is more stable? Secondary carbocation. So automatically this compound wants to be converted to secondary carbocation instead of primary carbocation. Generally we want to be stable, correct or not? For that only, after standing for 2-3 hours like that continuously, immediately we want to sit there. That means we want to be converted to high stable form. Like that here also, this unsymmetrical alkene, it wants to be converted to high stable carbocation. Then this is major, this is minor. Is it okay, ma? Now this major is going to react with HBr. H plus Br minus. Observe opposite ions will be attracted. Br minus will be reacted with CH plus. H plus will be reacted with CH2 minus. We will get, that is the major product. Then H plus will be reacted with CH minus. Br minus is reacted with CH2 plus. That is formed as minor. Now I am going to write next one more step. I hope you understood now. Note down this carefully up to here. First step, HBr reacts to form H plus plus Br minus. Second step, some molecules, suppose 100 molecules are there. Almost 70 molecules to 80 molecules, they will undergo cleavage like this to form secondary carbocation because it is highly stable. So major amount of substance is converted to secondary carbocation. Only 20 molecules, they will be undergoing cleavage like this also. There is a chance That's why they are formed as primary carbocation less stable. This one carbocation undergoes reaction with H plus Br minus to form the major product 2-bromopropane. This one undergoes reaction with 30 molecules or 20 molecules of HBr to be formed as 1-bromopropane which is minor product. So 100 molecules if you take unsymmetrical alkene, it will be converted to 70 to 80 molecules 2-bromopropane, only 20 to 30 molecules 1-bromopropane. Okay, I am going to show that one now. I hope up to here you noted down. CH3, CH plus, CH2 minus, major, CH3, CH minus, CH2 plus, minor. Then why this is major and minor, I hope you understood. We have seen carbocation stability. Tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary. Secondary is greater than primary. Here comparison between secondary and primary. This is secondary carbocation, this is primary carbocation. Tertiary is not there here. So secondary carbocation is more stable when compared to primary. So it is stable in major product is in secondary carbocation form. Then this one is going to react with H plus Br minus to form H plus and CH2 minus will be reacted and Br minus will come here. That's why we told negative part of the addendum is bonded to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens, in which that carbon must be present in double bonded carbon. Okay, the product is CH3, CHBr, CH3. This is going to react with HBr now. H plus Br minus to form CH3, CH2, CH2Br, 2-bromopropane. This is 1-bromopropane. This is major product and this is minor product. So this is explained depending on primary carbocation and secondary carbocation explanation, but without doing this much mechanism, actually next year no need of mechanism will not be useful. For understanding why it is happened like that, mechanism we have written. But next year we have to remember the statement correctly. Negative part of the addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. Negative part of the addendum is bonded to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. That statement is very important to write the products, major products in so many reactions next year. So we need to remember that one highly. Okay, even though mechanism is not there. Mechanism means how we got that type of product highly. That one, for understanding that one, it is useful. Okay, ma? This is about addition of hydrogen halide. This is Markovnikov's rule. Next we are going to see Karash effect. That one also addition of hydrogen halide only. We will see that one. Before that, I hope you understood this one, everyone. Very important statement, Markovnikov's rule. All of you. Next, fourth one, I think. Addition of hydrogen halide only. In bracket, Karash effect. Okay, see here, all of you. What about this one? Actually, hydrogen halide addition on this one also, which is called hydrohalogenation. But what is the difference between previous one and now this reaction? Let us see. Unsymmetrical alkene I am going to take. CH3, CH double bond, CH2. Reacts with HBr. This reaction is not possible with Hi and HCl. With HBr only it is possible. This Karash effect is possible with only HBr. That point note down. Karash effect is possible with only HBr. Okay. CH3 CH double bond CH2 reacts with HBr in presence of peroxide. That's why this is also called peroxide effect. Without peroxide, that is called previous effect. Now, in the presence of peroxide example C6H5 C double bond O O C double bond O C6H5. This is called benzoyl peroxide. This is called benzoyl peroxide. Here also we will get two products, but oppositely major product will be obtained. That is CH3 CHBr CH3 plus CH3 CH2 CH2Br. This is major product and this is minor product. 1-bromopropane is major product. 2-bromopropane is minor product. Oppositely we are getting, according to Markovnikov rule, in previous thing we got 2-bromopropane as the major product, 1-bromopropane as the minor product. But here we are getting 2-bromopropane as the minor product, 1-bromopropane is the major product. When they mention peroxide only. If they don't mention peroxide, according to our Markovnikov rule, we will write. Okay. Now we are going to make one statement exactly opposite to Markovnikov's rule. This is following. That's why this is called anti-Markovnikov's rule. What is this also called? Anti-Markovnikov's rule. We will get major product. Negative part of the addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains more number of hydrogens in presence of peroxide. This is called anti-Markovnikov's rule, which is called peroxide effect or Karash effect. Exactly reverse to Markovnikov's rule. We have to observe, definitely peroxide must be there. Peroxide means O single bond O bond. This type of O single bond O must be present in the compound. That is called peroxide. H2O2. HO single bond O H. Sodium peroxide. NaO single bond O Na. Like that, if you have O single bond O, those compounds are called peroxides. If you have O single bond O, those compounds are called peroxides. In the presence of peroxide, this effect is observed exactly opposite to Markovnikov's rule. That's why this is called anti-Markovnikov's rule. In presence of which one this effect is observed? Peroxide. That's why this is called peroxide effect. It was found by Karash, name of the scientist. That's why this is called Karash effect also. This Karash effect is not observed in Hi and HCl. It is observed in only HBr. Okay, ma? What is that anti-Markovnikov's rule? Negative part of the addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains more number of hydrogens. See, Br is the negative part, is added to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogens in the presence of peroxide. Please, in the exam also, they will mention that arrow mark. On that arrow mark, they will mention the peroxide. Then only this anti-Markovnikov's rule method must be followed. Otherwise, we have to follow that Marconi-Cox rule only. If peroxide is not mentioned, we have to follow Marconi-Cox rule only. You have to remember very clearly, all of you. Okay, this one will follow free radical mechanism. That one we will see now. This one will follow free radical mechanism. That mechanism, if you see, it will be clear, but mechanism will not be useful in next coming classes. It will be useful this statement only. Anti-Marconi-Cox rule statement. What is that? Negative part of the addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon which contains more number of hydrogens. That is also in the presence of peroxide only it is observed. Is it okay, ma? Now, for this addition of hydrogen halide in presence of peroxide, we are going to see the mechanism now. That mechanism I will write. Okay, let us see. First, importance of peroxide we will come to know. That in peroxide only will undergo reaction. Okay, ma? See. C6H5, C double bond O, O single bond O, C double bond O, C6H5. Between O and O, the bond is completely present in the between oxygen and oxygen. Oxygen and oxygen both are equal electronegative. That is exactly in the middle of oxygen and oxygen. That bond is present exactly in the middle of oxygen and oxygen. Correct, ma? That's why the bond is cleaved homolytically. The bond is cleaved homolytically, equally. Exactly, it is going to be broken to form C6H5, C double bond O, O free radical. 2 moles will be formed because this one also C6H5, C double bond O, O free radical. This one also C6H5, C double bond O, O free radical. 2 moles will be formed. Okay, ma? Next. Again here, the bond will be cleaved homolytically. In the presence of free radical, definitely automatically next reaction will be taken place homolytic fission only. In the presence of free radical, automatically next reaction will be taken place homolytically. That's why we will get 2 moles of C6H5 free radical. This carbon free radical and oxygen free radical will be combined to form CO2. 2 moles of CO2 will be escaped out. This carbon free radical and oxygen free radical CO double bond. Here also already C double bond O is there, formed as CO2. Okay, CO2 will be escaped out. We got 2 free radicals of C6H5, that is called phenyl free radical. Now what is going to be happened? Unsymmetrical alkene CH3 CH double bond CH2. In the presence of C6H5 free radical. Just 1 second, ma. Sorry. HBr will react. HBr will react with C6H5 free radical. Actually, in HBr, electronegative difference is there. Between hydrogen and bromine, electronegative difference is there. But in the presence of free radical, this one will also undergo homolytic fission. Then H free radical and Br free radical is formed. That H free radical reacts with C6H5 free radical to form C6H6 plus Br free radical. This is benzene. Br free radical is formed here. Okay, now this Br free radical is going to react with our unsymmetrical alkene. See, CH3 CH double bond CH2 is going to react with Br free radical. Actually here 2 moles na, this is also 2 moles. Here 2 moles of benzene and 2 moles of Br free radicals. Or without 2 also no problem. Anything, no problem. Okay, now this unsymmetrical alkene is going to react with Br free radical. In the presence of this Br free radical, double bond also cleaved homolytically only. This is first possibility I am writing. Homolytically. Br free radical is bonded to first carbon to form CH3CH free radical single bond CH2Br. Secondary free radical stable. Next, second possibility, CH3 CH double bond CH2. Again homolytic fission will be taken place in the presence of Br. So many Br free radicals will be formed, no problem. Another Br free radical will be reacted with this one to form. Now second possibility is Br is going to form bond with CH, middle carbon. It is formed as CH3 CH Br CH2 free radical. Here CH2 free radical is primary, which is unstable. Stable, it is major product. Unstable, it is minor product. This is first possibility, and this is second possibility. Which possibility is giving stable free radical? First possibility is giving stable free radical. In that possibility, Br is bonded to first carbon, which is secondary free radical. See, this carbon is bonded to 2 carbons one. Secondary free radical, which is stable, it is major product. Second possibility, it is giving Br on second carbon, but primary free radical is formed. Primary free radical is unstable. So depending on this, which is major and which is minor, this is major and this is minor. In previous Marconi-Kobs rule, it is following heterolytic fission. There we got 2-bromopropane is the major product. Here it is taking place free radical mechanism. Here we are getting 1-bromopropane is the major product. Now this is going to react with hydrogen free radical to form complete product. How it is formed, I will write that one. Before that, till now, note down this carefully, all of you. See here, which is major, CH3 CH free radical CH2Br react with CH6H6. Here benzene is formed, na? That benzene will react with this one, in which from here hydrogen free radical will be formed with middle carbon to form CH3 CH2 CH2Br. Again C6H5 free radical is formed. Next, this is major. What about another possibility? CH3 CH Br CH2 free radical reacts with C6H6, forms CH3 CH Br CH3 plus C6H5 free radical. This is minor product, because here this is secondary free radical, this is primary free radical, this is more stable, it is formed as major product, this is formed as minor product. Again the formed free radicals will undergo reaction with HBr to form Br free radical and benzene. Like that it will be recycled. So cycling will be taken place to form the major product 1-bromopropane. This is 2-bromopropane. Okay ma? So exactly opposite we are getting. So remember, Markovnikov rule, it is very important, even anti-Markovnikov rule also. But if they mention peroxide, then only we have to write anti-Markovnikov rule products according to anti-Markovnikov rule. Okay ma? Now today it is enough. We have seen this mechanism also for anti-Markovnikov rule, that is Karish effect. In presence of peroxide, it will undergo free radical mechanism. Previous one will undergo heterolytic fission. Okay ma, that is about today's class. I hope you understood everyone. Okay, if you have any doubts, immediately you can contact me. All of you, thank you. Have a nice day.